Hi everyone, back Paul here. So following on from my video yesterday, we're going to look at fitting this USB outlet today. First part is just to fit this little metal bracket in place. So you just screw the bottom part off here, roll it down the cable until it comes off over that white piece there, put the metal bracket on and then roll this back up and just screw it in place. You can just see that on the image there. Next step then is to just remove this little bolt here, so just need an Allen key for that. This is on the left hand side of the bike. Like I say, it's just on this little panel with the MT09 sticker on there, and there'll be a couple of push pins behind this, so that might be a little bit fiddly, just a screwdriver to push those out, and then we can get to the wiring and to the connector and go from there. So once you've got that side panel off, you'll see these connections here, and behind that, it kind of tucked away, is this little white one. It's got a cap on it, so you just have to take that off, just push down a little prong and it comes off, and yeah, that's where the USB outlet is going to connect to. It's quite fiddly to get this little side panel off actually. It's pretty much stuck in place even once you've got the little push pins out and the Allen key removed, the Allen bolt removed. It's still a little bit stiff, so it takes a bit of wrestling, but yeah, it's fairly easy. And then, like I said, that's hidden behind there, so you have to just have a little look for that. You'll see this on there at the end. Just push the little pin and it'll take the cover off, and then we can get this connected. So yeah, just down here you'll see there's 3 push pins and then the little bolt, and that's the back of the panel. So we'll go on to the next step, connect the USB outlet, put it onto the mounting bracket on the top of the bike, and hopefully get everything back in place. Okay, so just to give you an idea then of what it looks like when it's connected, this is it here. I've just routed it through the cable guides that are already in place for the other cables that come down from the dash, and it's just connected there. Because it's only a short cable, it's quite easy to do, because you've not got like an excess length of cable to worry about. It'll literally pretty much just run the length from the bars down through the, like I say, existing cable guides, and then just connect here. It's all kind of nice and snug. I've got, you can just about see it, I've routed it through, like I said, the existing cable guides. I've not used any cable ties because personally it's, like I say, really nice and tight. So if you can see there, we've got a cable guide just there, metal cable guide, and it just slots in nice and snug behind those. And then, so you've got one cable guide there, there's one just here, if you can just see that going down there, so it goes through that one there, and then it just goes through the gap down here, so it's a cable guide there as well. So you've got 3 of those in place, and that keeps it nice and tight against all the other cables, because obviously you don't want any movement or a cable that could be loose affecting the steering. I've checked the steering lock and everything's nice and tight and snug in place, so yeah, pretty straightforward and easy. If we just turn the ignition on, you can see it lights up blue. I've plugged it into the phone just to test it, and it does charge fine. So that's it, nice and straightforward, and I would say quite an essential little modification. Good for long journeys. Don't have to worry about running out of battery on your phone, or if you just need to keep it topped up and charged up. The only kind of negative I would say is it does take up quite a lot of space, because space is at a premium really where the bars are on the MT09, and my previous phone holder, I've taken it off to get this installed first, so I might struggle to get that back in place somewhere along here, because it's quite a large bracket, and the phone holder itself, as you might have seen in one of my previous videos, is pretty big. That was only a cheap Amazon special, so I may well just look for a smaller unit as a phone holder. But if you've got any comments or suggestions on what you might use, if you've got a phone bracket or phone holder that you use on your MT09, let me know. Again, likewise, if there's any comments on this, then just ask away. One last thing I'd point out is I installed it just using the existing bolt here. I didn't need to use the bolt that came with it. I put it on this one rather than that one there because that one's a little bit higher up. And also I think it just get in the way of the dash. Where it is now, once the cover's back in place, it's not quite snug there, but yeah, it doesn't get in the way of the dash. You can see the dash fine, and overall I'd say it's nice and tidy and relatively cheap. So I'm going to get the side panel back on, and hopefully I'll put another video on soon, maybe take it out for a ride when the weather improves. And yeah, if you've got any, like I said, comments or suggestions for future videos, let me know, and thanks again for watching. Okay, cheers.